A single swivel of a stadium camera turned an otherwise euphoric Coldplay concert into the internet's favorite guessing game of the week. It happened on July 16th at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The band was midway through its kaleidoscopic LED-lit set when the jumbotron operator, following standard crowd interaction protocol, homed in on an affectionate couple nestled high in the stands. The pair were close, heads tilted together, rocking gently in sync with the opening chords of Sparks. 1,000 tiny phone screens around them shimmered like bioluminescent plankton. For a heartbeat, it felt like the kind of wholesome tableau that sells tour documentaries and wristband upgrades. Then, everything shifted. As soon as the couple realized they were magnified several stories tall, their body language snapped from cozy to panicked. The woman whipped her torso away from the lens, turning her back to the entire stadium. The man followed suit, but with even more urgency, ducking behind a plexiglass barrier meant to block wind, not prying eyes. In less than 2 seconds, the lovebirds turned chameleons erased themselves from 60,000 spectators' sightlines. Their reaction was so exaggerated, it cut through guitar reverb and choruses of "oh, oh, oh," shoulders stiffening, spine straightening, faces gone. Chris Martin saw it all unfold. He has a frontman's instinct for reading crowd energy, the way a sailor reads shifting tides. Mid-lyric, he chuckled into the mic, letting a short puff of laughter ride the PA. "Uh-oh," he said, half amusement, half apology. Either they're having an affair, or they're just very shy. The line floated over the arena like a helium balloon, light in tone, yet weighted in implication. Laughter rippled outward from the stage, but so did a sudden hush, the low buzz of thousands of onlookers trying to decide whether to keep laughing. Martin, sensing the tension, added a softer, more uncertain comment. "I hope we didn't do something bad." He vamped a few extra piano notes, then confessed with a small shrug, "I'm not quite sure what to do now." That uncertainty echoed across the internet the moment the clip hit social media. Angle after angle surfaced. Phone captures from the midfield floor, shaky but serviceable, plus a crisp jumbotron feed recorded by a fan in the upper deck. View counts spiraled into 6 figures before sunrise. Comment sections became digital town halls. Some users spun elaborate origin stories for the mystery pair. Office colleagues accidentally exposed, high school sweethearts sneaking around strict parents, even celebrities in disguise who didn't want PR fallout. Others downplayed the drama, chalking it up to simple stage fright or social anxiety. Coldplay, normally a reliable engine of kumbaya content, had unwittingly provided meme material for sports franchises, airline brands, and dating apps. The stadium cam had performed exactly as designed, transforming anonymous concertgoers into narrative fodder. Yet the ethics of that snatched spotlight provoked deeper questions. When ticket holders walk through turnstiles, they implicitly agree to surveillance. Every modern live event is recorded from dozens of angles for safety, merchandising, or documentary purposes. But consent in fine print rarely anticipates the emotional impact of an unexpected 4K close-up. A football kiss cam is predictable. A Coldplay cuddle cam, aimed at guests who might be hiding relationships, hiding from bosses, or just hiding from stage fright, can be a minefield. Some veteran concertgoers empathize completely. The lighting glare, the sudden celebrity, the knowledge that one's face is beamed beyond the stadium via TikTok live streams, these can rattle even the most self-assured. Others insisted the panic dodge felt more guilty than shy, citing the man's almost slapstick disappearance behind a beverage barrier. Amateur sleuths freeze-framed the moment, pixel-zooming clothing in search of distinguishing logos. A Boston-based relationship podcast analyzed the woman's posture, concluding that her pivot had the energy of someone physically blocking an incriminating text, not someone politely declining a cameo. Reddit threads speculated about ticket purchase names, quickly removed by moderators wary of doxing. Chris Martin's remark, meant as an icebreaker, inadvertently crystallized the juiciest theory: extramarital affair exposed in real time. Pundit-style tweet storms followed. Morning talk shows played the clip between segments on hotter-than-average weather and AI safety debates. Late-night comedians folded the fiasco into monologues. Even Netflix didn't drop a love triangle reveal that big this week. On TikTok, the soundbite, either they're having an affair or they're just very shy, became a template for skits about avoiding coworkers, exes, or debt collectors in public. Fast forward to a few hours later, the once anonymous cuddle cam couple has been unmasked. Andy Byron, CEO of New York-based AI and data company Astronomer, and Laura Cabot, the same company's chief people officer. Footage shows the scene in sharp, humiliating detail. Byron and Cabot stand holding each other in Gillette's club-level section as the opening chords of Sparks drift across the stadium. Her head rests on his shoulder, his arm curls around her chest. Then, the jumbotron camera lands on them, their faces blown up to billboard scale. Cabot jolts, whipping her body 180 degrees so only her back shows. Byron crouches behind the plexiglass wind barrier. Their retreat unfolds in less than 2 seconds, yet feels painfully slow under high-definition scrutiny. Martin, noticing the scramble, breaks song for banter, delivering the affair or shy punchline, and adding, moments later, "I hope we didn't do something bad." Laughter mixes with awkward murmurs. The band plays on. What looked like a fleeting blip during a concert became investigative catnip for the internet. By sunrise, TikTok clips of the interaction had surpassed 5 million views. Instagram Reels, another 2. Amateur sleuths froze frames, magnified badge lanyards, and cross-referenced faces with LinkedIn headshots. By mid-morning Tuesday, the consensus ID was circulating under the hashtag Coldplay couple. Byron, 51, and Cabot, 48, both C-suite leaders at Astronomer, a rapidly growing data pipeline company valued around $1.2 billion. Their professional ties intensified the intrigue. Cabot runs HR, ethics, compliance, workplace culture, reporting directly to Byron. Neither executive is free to couple publicly. Byron is married to Megan Kerrigan. Family photos from his now-locked Facebook account show 2 children and a golden retriever in suburban splendor. Cabot finalized a divorce earlier this year, but colleagues say she and Byron kept their personal relationship discreet, bordering on clandestine. Employees had whispered about conference room chemistry, but no concrete proof surfaced until the concert camera practically served divorce papers on the jumbotron. As the clip rocketed to 50+ million views, Astronomer's board issued a terse LinkedIn statement. Astronomer is committed to the values and culture that have guided us since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability. The board of directors has initiated a formal investigation into this matter. Behind that corporate boilerplate sits genuine crisis. Sources told Axios that both Byron and Cabot were placed on immediate administrative leave. Byron, they say, is stalling a resignation while negotiating an exit package. Cabot's status waits on the board's findings. For a data trust company courting enterprise clients, a scandal involving the CEO and HR chief tears at brand credibility. Customers buy multi-year contracts when leadership is stable. Scandal spooks procurement teams fast. Internally, the shockwave hit Slack channels like an earthquake. Staff alternated between gallows humor, gifs of disappearing Homer Simpson memes, and fear that moral preaching from HR now rings hollow. Employees wonder if favoritism influenced Cabot's hiring last November when Byron publicly praised her exceptional leadership, and she gushed about energizing conversations with him. The board's investigation must review any salary bumps, promotion fast tracks, or expense-paid excursions that might indicate misuse of company funds for romantic travel. Even absent hard misconduct, the optics alone erode trust. Outside the company, Byron's wife confronted an unwanted spotlight. Social media users flooded her personal Facebook with heartbreak emojis and unsolicited advice until she deleted her profile. One ex-user claimed she had dropped her married name before vanishing from the platform. Tabloids requested interviews, none were granted. Cabot's ex-husband maintained silence, but local papers pulled public court records confirming their recent divorce, feeding speculative narratives about overlapping timelines. Meanwhile, marketing teams for unrelated brands pounced on the viral moment. An airline rift: hide from the world like Coldplay's secret duo, book a private cabin. A dating app tweeted, "We match you with partners who will stay on camera." Each joke distanced the corporate entanglement yet kept the clip trending, compounding humiliation for the families involved. Coldplay fans split over Martin's culpability. Some argued his joke escalated the affair angle. Others said Byron and Cabot's dramatic ducking would have triggered gossip anyway.
Legally, concert-goers agreed to be filmed. Tiny text on every ticket states, "Likeness may appear on broadcast or promotional media." Ethically, the line blurs when high-resolution cameras can transform a private indiscretion into worldwide scandal. Privacy experts suggest optional no-cam wristbands, or rapid camera pans that avoid lingering on unwilling subjects. Venue operators counter that quick panning loses the emotional payoff audiences expect from crowd cam segments. The Gillette fallout could push new standards, a 5-second delay allowing camera operators to cut away if subjects display discomfort, for instance. For Coldplay, ticket sales remain strong, yet the incident will likely tweak production playbooks. Reports from subsequent shows indicate cameras favor groups, neon sign holders, and children rather than romantic duos. Martin, known for empathetic banter, still interacts but avoids affair jokes. He once said, "Stage banter is surfing. Sometimes you ride the wave, sometimes it crashes." This wave washed all the way into a corporate boardroom. As for Astronomer, the board's probe will scrutinize whether company resources facilitated the romance. Shared hotel rooms on conference trips, upgraded flights, discretionary bonuses. If policies were breached, clawbacks and stock option forfeitures loom. Even if no policy was broken, public perception alone may compel the board to install new leadership before a potential IPO. Investors value predictability. A scandal erodes valuation. The personal toll is immeasurable. Children confronting headlines about their parents, staff second-guessing HR decisions, and 2 executives whose professional legacies now hinge on a 12-second stadium clip. In an era when every public outing is a potential viral moment, the Coldplay camera serves as caution. There is no such thing as a private embrace in a crowd of tens of thousands, especially when LED screens and social media stand ready to blast secret stories into the open. Whether Byron and Cabot ultimately resign, reconcile with their families, or fade into obscurity, the episode has already altered how event producers, corporate boards, and concertgoers think about privacy. One camera pan transformed a routine cuddle into a global spectacle, a billion-dollar company's crisis, and an uncomfortable reminder that the gap between public joy and personal consequence can close in a heartbeat under the glare of a jumbotron.